And we are live. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where today I'm going to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It's not going to happen in this video, but that's okay. I'm going to live to fight another day. Joining me is my co-host, Mrs. Best. Y'all say what's up to her.
Good afternoon. Welcome in. I am off camera again, y'all. It is not intentional. I'm having an allergy attack. James is my witness. So you don't want to see these puffed up eyes. Trust and believe you don't. But like the video, share it, subscribe, tell a friend.
I also share the same allergy reactions as she does. And oftentimes it happens to me as well. So I definitely understand. And yes, mine is a little bit worse than hers because mine actually look like golf balls on my eyes and it'd be looking crazy. So I haven't had one in a very long time. So I'm happy about that as well. What up, Shani? Thank you for being here. You know you first tonight, girl. You already know you first. So we love you for that. Y'all, we got to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Ugh. Child, this episode got on my nerves. I'm about to cuss everybody out. Everybody about to get it equally. Everybody about to get it equally. I just want to say that. So the episode actually opens up with the ladies there sitting around because Angie's about to give them some festivities of what they're going to do. So Angie decided she's going to split the group up in half. So we have Angie, Lisa, Mary, and Bronwyn. They're going to ride donkeys around the land. And then we have Heather, Whitney, Brittany, and Meredith. They're going to take a Greek cooking class. And Heather calls out that that's a very odd pairing. And then we notice that Meredith isn't here. So Mary said, let me go up and go get Meredith because, we want to make sure she's here to hear this. So Mary goes up to Meredith's room and Meredith's like, hi, Mary. How are you doing? She goes, well, why are you not downstairs? She goes, I am tired of everybody. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of everything, Mary. I'm just tired of Whitney and all of this to say I have all of these problems and she lies. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to be here anymore, Mary. So Mary's like, well, how the hell do we fix this? Like, how do we move on if you're going to sit in your room? Like, you need to confront them head on. And Mary's like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to be here. She goes, I know, but you need to tell them how you feel. The hell with all that. You need to tell them how you feel and get them up off you. I don't really and then, it's funny when Mary was saying that, I don't even think it's so much about that. Meredith is holding on to her story, which now that we know in today's time, there's no footage of what happened on that plane. I'm inclined to believe Meredith. I'm sorry, y'all. There's no footage for us to believe that she did have a Karen moment. Is it believable? Yes, absolutely. But there's no proof. I was like, somebody got to have some proof somewhere. But I think it's easier said than done for them to blame her for this and for them to let this on. And then to come to find out there's no proof because they don't want to record each other after the situation with Brittany. So, Mrs. Best, I have to ask you, do you feel like Meredith should come out there and just completely dead this so they can move on? Or do you feel like she doesn't owe them that? So, oh well.
Honestly, the way that Meredith drags on and Karen's her way through situations to make herself look like a victim, it makes me not care. I feel like this whole season was rehearsed and planned out by Whitney and Heather. I just do. I do feel like Lisa is guilty of leaking stuff to, the tabloids, as they all have. I do feel like Meredith has also done the same stuff. And I do feel like Meredith deflects and is full of it. And I'm sure that she was mean to Brittany on the plane, but I don't think that she was mean in a way that would get her put off of a plane.
Right.
Like, they don't play foolery on a plane. If you don't have the proof, stop talking about it on the show. But they're going to keep talking about it because it seems like they rehearsed and planned this prior to it airing. Because why else would you keep talking about some shit that you're not showing us receipts, you're not giving us proof, you're not it's too much. At this point, the majority of people feel like Meredith did something wrong. Meredith has already spoken to Brittany and worked it out. I wish that everybody would let it go. I just do. I feel like they dragged the season on with this issue.
I 100% agree. So they all get dressed and they get ready. And since Meredith wasn't downstairs to get the news that she's going to be taking a cooking class with Whitney, Brittany, and Heather, she then actually says, well, how was that, arranged? And Angie said, well, Meredith, I just felt like, it was a way for you guys to really just bury the hatchet and bond with each other instead of, it being awkward. And Meredith's like, well, the problem isn't that. The problem is that everyone has a problem with how I speak, how articulate I am, the way I carry myself, and I'm so educated. I've been told not to speak, not to have emotions and everything. And Heather said, look, I'm educated as well. We don't need you to have no snarky comment. The problem is that I put something in your lap and you just totally want to be dismissive of us and putting our friendship in this jeopardy. And Meredith phone rings, and as Heather continued to talk, Meredith picked up the phone and said, hello. Hi, Brooks. How are you? Yes, it's Mother's Day. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much. And Heather is just stunned. She was like, wait, what? Because it was rude. It was very rude of Meredith to not say, excuse me 1 second. This is my son. I need to get this because it's Mother's Day. You understand. She just ignored Heather and picked up the phone. So Brittany's like, oh my gosh, she's having a phone conversation. It's so rude. I was like, shut up. Just mad your kids ain't calling you. So Meredith said, I have to go, Brooks. I have to go. They're yelling at me. I have to go. And Heather continues on, like, this is what we're talking about. Like, we want to fix this issue, and then this is another way of you being dismissive. Lisa pipes up and she goes, yeah, but we're not getting to the core of the issues. We're not really getting to the core. Whitney's over here calling her a pill popper and alcoholic and everything, and Whitney's like, well, Lisa, I want to hear that from Meredith. I want to hear it from Meredith. I want to hear what she says. And before they can really even get deep into the conversation, they have to get off the car because they have to go do their cooking class. So as Whitney, Brittany, Heather, and Meredith get off of the car, they're looking around and Meredith decides to follow the path. And they're like, Meredith, do you know where you're going? And Meredith ignores them and keeps on walking. I guess Meredith said she needed her a minute because she wasn't trying to talk with them. So they leave her and go up and meet the chef, which he was funny. He was nice. It really was a nice experience. And when Meredith walks back, Meredith is putting on. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I would have thought Meredith was an actress. Meredith was like, oh, thank you for being so kind. These ladies were so mean to me. Thank you for being so no, I don't want no wine. No, it's okay. I just wanted to talk to my son. I just really want to, I'm not going to be able to talk to him now. He has to take a flight. And this was the only time on Mother's Day that I was going to be able to talk to him. And I'm not going to talk to him now. And he goes, well, it's going to be okay. We're going to make this a happy. She goes, oh, thank you. You're just so kind. I was looking at Meredith like, girl, if you don't cut that shit out, it is not going to kill you for one Mother's Day of not talking to Brooks. It's not going to kill you. This is best. Do you think she was being entirely too extra, or do you think I'm being really insensitive?
No, she did too much. You're working. You're on camera. This was planned. You had to buy a ticket. You had to work through visas to enter a different country. Like, this is dumb. And then she was trying to make it seem like, I don't know when I'll have the opportunity to talk to him again. It's like, bitch, if he could call your phone like this, I'm sure he could send you a text message. I'm sure when you connected to the Wi-Fi at the hotel, you could be WhatsApping him, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, X, TikTok. She's got more ways to contact her kids than most. Meredith needs to go. And I know some people on this live do not like that I do not care for Meredith. I don't dislike Meredith. My problem with Meredith is she's just not entertaining enough for television. And it comes off as Karen-ish. And I don't think that Meredith per se is an actual Karen. I actually think she's a decent colorless lady. And I don't think that she sees color and things like that. But I think that with how she speaks and her being so pretentious, I don't know, she's just boring the way that she handles it. And then James always mentions her being an attorney. I don't even think that she talks like an attorney to confuse people as if she's in court. But I do think that when you're trained in certain fields, you're going to conduct yourself in a certain way because you have to, even when you're not on the clock or actively practicing. So I don't think we'll ever get more from Meredith. And she handles everything the same way. She gets mad, she hollers. When that doesn't work, then she tries to talk around you in circles. And if everyone gangs up on her, then she's going to walk down a hill in a miniskirt.
Right.
I just feel like she can go. Like she doesn't, right now, she's the moment. But if she was removed from the show, I feel like it could have been a fun, quirky trip that's like nostalgic Housewives when we see them travel. And she made this like the most melodramatic bullshit that I've had to watch in a long time.
She really did. It was so crazy. So we're gonna take a pause on them for just a second. We're gonna go to the other ladies who are riding donkeys. Now, once they get there, Lisa was like, "Oh my god, I've never ridden a donkey before. Oh my gosh, does he bite?" Angie, ask him if he bites. Angie, how do you say it in Greek? Because he doesn't understand me. Because the man, I don't know if he didn't understand her or if he just told her, "No, they don't bite," and she just didn't understand him. But she goes, "Oh my god, does he bite?" And so they were all getting on there and they were walking around, and Angie was telling us how her father, going through their village, he had a donkey, and this is how they got groceries home and everything, and they were just so grateful to have this round of transportation. And Angie said we all need to be grateful because all of us drive Porsches, Range Rovers, G wagons, so we need to be really grateful about what we have. And the ladies parlay, but when Mary was riding that donkey, see, they didn't show the seed they showed in the preview of this, because the way Mary was like literally looking like she was on a mechanical bull, I was hollering because I was like, Angie, you ain't shit for bringing Mary on this one. Mary needed to be in the cooking class. Donkeys and Mary are not the same. Like, they just not. So, they parked the donkeys and the ladies began talking about, the other ladies, and they're wondering how do they think this cooking class is going to go. And, Braun was like, it's probably not going to go well considering where they are, And Angie said, and that's my point of bringing Lisa here, because Lisa, I feel like you pipe up for Meredith when Meredith needs to be speaking for herself. It's not fair for us to try to acknowledge or get some type of validation from her if you continue to pipe up. Now, Lisa in her confessional says, I'm not going to stop speaking up for Meredith. That's my friend. I'm not going to stop doing that just because y'all want me to. And I get where Lisa is coming from to a certain degree, because it's obvious they have an alliance. So I get that part, but I also agree with the ladies. I feel like we can't get a solid answer from Meredith, or we can't get what we need because you're piping up and giving in your 2 cents, which totally distracts the moment. So I also feel like that's what it is as well. Mary pipes up. She goes, I'm just worried about Meredith because something just seems off. Like, she doesn't seem like she's herself. And I'm just praying that everything is okay. Now, when Mary says this, it does kind of concern me a little bit, because maybe there is something more with Meredith that she's not saying. And then at this point, now that we've had this whole plane debacle, if it's nothing really serious, I don't think I care that much. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about that scene with the ladies and then talking about Lisa speaking up for Meredith?
I mean, Lisa kind of owes it to speak up for Meredith, considering her hot mic moment. So I don't know why they're so surprised at that. Um, Also, it's like they forgot that they're all mad at Lisa anyway, and that she's hard to get to. So I found the scene unnecessary. It also didn't really align with the narrative that they've been trying to paint as it relates to Lisa. Don't turn to the person you guys feel is the most shallow to help somebody who's also shallow and pretentious be a little more deep. Like, I feel like they're just doing stuff for the show. Like, this whole episode to me, y'all, I'm doing my best, but the whole episode felt rehearsed. It did not feel at all like reality TV.
Yeah, this was definitely giving me season 3 vibes. It really is. Love that you've been to Greece, Shani. My husband's taking me for my 35th in 2020. You'll be 35 in 2028.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I forgot I'm that much older than you. Okay. We miss Monica, but she comes back there with to change the cast. I told Mrs. Best in text message, that Monica need to come back, but she need to bring some of her hood rat ass friends.
They're not
Like
in Salt Lake City.
she had Tanisha.
She don't count.
We went to Blue Doves. We went to Crate also, where the chef said he was from. Girl, I could show you some pictures from there. Oh, I love it. I love it. I want to go so bad. If it wasn't her birthday, I would crash that trip. I swear, I would crash that trip.
2027. I am 35 in 2027, not 2028.
I was just gonna say, I was like, there's no way I'm
I'm
that
forgetting
much
because
older
we at
than you.
the end of the year. The year is over.
Okay.
I was like, wait, my
That
husband
makes more sense because
we
I was
over here
like,
counting and shit on fingers. I'm like, wait, how old am I? I was born in
ye-
1992. That's all I
yeah, I
know.
was like, there's no way I'm that much older than you. I was like, wait, like we wouldn't have been in high school together if that's the case. Like, what the I, had to, I
2028.
was okay. Thank y'all for validating me, y'all. Shout out to
No.
Also Best because
I'm
I
like,
was
oh God.
like, girl, when I was sitting here, I was like, wait a minute. How the hell was we in high school together if you're gonna be 35 in 2020? Because y'all, I will be 38 that year. There's no way that I'm that much
You
older
know
than
what I'm
her.
mixing up? I graduate from my master's degree in 2028.
Oh, okay, okay,
And so
okay.
my
I
brain
got
is
you.
like, that's where my brain ignore me, y'all. I be smoking.
That was great. She threw me off on that one. I don't even know where we at, y'all. Let me get to my notes. I was trying to do this one on my notes. Now I gotta
Okay,
look
she's
at
like,
it.
I'm
Now I
not
gotta
that
look at it.
old.
Girl, like, wait a minute, y'all. Shit. I was questioning all my life right just
You
now.
see this face?
I was like,
Josiah is cracking up at you because your face is what
because I
made
was really, because I'm really sitting here thinking, like, there's no way we was in
y'all the
high
same
school
age. He
together.
said, I know I ain't that much older than y'all
Yeah, I
was
know
the
I'm
same
not that
age
much
too.
because we wouldn't have been in high school together. That's why I was like, wait, there's no way that's right. There's like, I was like, no. Oh God, y'all, she don't get older in life.
Shandy, do
Those of
you
y'all
have
watching,
social media? I need to know, or are you just on YouTube? You can send me pictures through social media. I love pictures.
oh, that would be cute. Yes. Okay. So the ladies meet up with the others. They all come together as one, and they sit down. Meredith is still very much upset. But Mary asks, okay, did y'all resolve anything? Did anybody say anything? Did anybody talk it out or anything? And Meredith's like, I'm just so tired, upset. Like it's just it is. And so Lisa pipes up again, and she goes, "You guys are not getting to the core issues. You're not getting to the core issues with Whitney. Whitney, you said it." And Whitney's like, "Wait a minute, wait a minute, Lisa, hold on. Let me address Meredith." So Whitney addresses Meredith, and she apologizes for saying that Meredith, is a pill popper and an alcoholic. She says she's sorry. And Meredith said, great, great. And I said, your mood changed that quick. Cause y'all, Meredith turned them tears off. It was like, yes, there we go. That's what I needed. I said, the dramatics of white ladies. Mm-mm-mm. So since we now have broken a barrier of Whitney apologizing, now Meredith can now pipe up. So they get back to the villa. And they're all getting in the pool, and Meredith is having a good time with Whitney and Brittany. She's racing them in the pool, and the conversation then becomes a little bit more interesting rather than not interesting. So, as the ladies all sit around in a circle, the question comes up: has anybody ever kissed another girl? So they asked Brahman. Brahman said, "Yeah," and they said, "Well, how far have you gotten with another girl?" And she says pretty far, like I've gone the whole way. And Brahman asked the other ladies, have like if y'all kissed any girls? Everybody said no, we've never kissed girls. Lisa, Angie, and Brittany was like, no, that's never happened. And she goes, where's Whitney? I know Whitney's kissed some girls. Where's Whitney? So Whitney comes out. She says, Brahma said, Whitney, I need your help. And Whitney's like, what you need help with? She goes, have you ever kissed a girl? Because none of these ladies act like, they're all cold fish. And so Whitney just was like, yeah, let me give you a kiss then. And she goes, see, there it is. It's that simple. Brittany then pipes up. She goes, "Well, I've never kissed a girl, but I've kissed over 300 men." And Mary said, "How many men did you say you kissed?" She said, "It was about over 300." I said, "Whoa." She had the exact number, and y'all, I didn't write down the exact number, but it reminded me of when we were watching Iyanla Fix My Life, and Jason Maxiel, Brandy from Maxiel from Basketball Wives, her husband could count the amount of women he has slept with. That's what that reminded me of. I'm like, not us keeping count of.
First of all, to kiss 300 different people, men, women combined, whatever the fuck, that's too many. Now, I don't know. Maybe I have old, like, my friends always tell me I move like women in the 50s, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. But way in hell I need to be kissing 300 people in my life, and that's including my family. Like, I don't need to have my lips on 300 people. I don't know if it's because I work in public health or not. Do people not realize how dirty our hands and mouth are? You don't need to just be sharing. Brittany, the high body count hair comment really aligned with you. You kissed 300 something different people, and the bitch is counting, and she proud of it, and she call herself a Christian, a lover of the Lord.
As I told you, that reminded me of when Jason had the exact number, and I told y'all 150 of that is on Brandy's watch. I promise y'all, I'm giving Brandy a good 150, because ain't no way that it was only 50 of them women. Like, it was definitely more. The fact that you can keep counting, and that's a real problem, Brittany. That is, you got too much time on your
So many
hands.
people. She could have been a contestant on Flavor of Love.
Right?
She could
You
have.
on the wrong show.
So much.
Oh,
That's
could
crazy.
you imagine her on Flavor of Love?
I actually could. I actually really could. The way she acts.
Which season could you see her on Flavor of Love out of 1, 2, or 3?
2.
You can see her on 2. I was gonna say 1.
On 2, looking at Boots. Oh my gosh, I could see it. I could see it. There's always that one. I feel like she and Crazy would be great friends.
See, I was gonna say season 1 because I could see her being friends with Pumpkin, because that they would align and getting into it with New York.
Did you see the update on Pumpkin on the internet recently?
No.
She done gained so much weight. She looked fuller than a pregnant tick.
Oh no, I did see that.
She got her a good job, a good little job. I said, look at Pumpkin. Went from kissing on Flav and spitting at New York's weave to working a good little admin job.
There was another Flavor of Love person who was she was wild and she's Secretary of State. I can't think of her name. She was always drunk, and she was revealed to be the porn star. The one with the list point. I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name right now, but I know.
Yes, and I thought that was really crazy. I was like, her of all people, but hey, politics, no past. I tell you. So getting back to the episode. Sorry, y'all, we got sidetracked. So they then turned the conversation to what have they done to get in trouble when they were kids. And Meredith had this crazy ass story talking about that. She doesn't think her mom even knows this story, but her siblings and her, since she's the youngest, had threw a house party. And the way her mom found out that something happens, that they broke a dish. I said, Meredith, this story doesn't make sense. You just said you don't think your mom knows the story, but you said y'all got in trouble because you broke a dish.
Meredith, just leave the show.
Yes, please. That was even still. I was with the ladies like, wow. I was with Brittany. Wow, Meredith. Yeah, that's a real dead ringer of Juvenile Hall. Yeah, Meredith. Wow. Y'all, come on. So then the ladies decide to get ready and they're going to do the nightlife. Mary decides to sit this one out because she said that she is still tired. And, so the ladies then, get in the Sprinter van. They all looked very nice. And Brittany tells Angie that she actually trademarked high body count hair. And Angie got all in her feelings. She goes, Brittany, why would you do that? That is so low of you. And Brittany was like, why? I mean, you said the comment, and I decided to trademark it. And she says, no, Brittany, that was like my saying. Like, that was me. Like, why would you do that? And I said, oh, Angie, you mad because she thought of it first and got your ass. Because that's the ultimate checkmate, y'all. I'm sorry. I was not mad at Brittany for doing it. I thought that was actually very clever of her to do it. It's something I wish Tammy Roman would have did back when Basketball Wives and Evelyn created the non-motherfucking factor t-shirts. I said, if you was smart, you would have trademarked that shit and then sued her ass and got your money. Or got some back end, because that's also an option too. So she's calling her low, saying she's low class. She can't believe she did that. That was something that she said. So the ladies then get to the nightclub, and Angie is still fuming about this. Angie is still mad. And I said, this is so fucking stupid. Although, as I said, I thought it was brilliant of Brittany to do it. Mrs. Best, were you mad at Brittany for trademarking high body count hair?
Yes and no. Ethically, she was wrong, but in the world of business, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm surprised Angie didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I feel like maybe Angie didn't think to do. I think Angie didn't think to do it.
I mean, LeBron trademarked Taco Tuesday. He for sure ain't created. So you just got to get to stuff when you get to stuff. That's why it's important to trademark your stuff ahead of time. Or change the name. Hell.
Or change the name. Yeah.
She can't do much with that. She can't do much with that.
She can't do nothing but e-commerce. Like, that's all she really can do with it is e-commerce and maybe a commercial here and there for maybe, hair care line that, supports. If anybody
wanted her for a commercial, they would have recruited her, but they didn't. They actually recruited Lisa. So it's one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't have thrown such a fit about it. Angie, you could tell, was really bothered, but it's like, let the girl have that. Let her have it. You trademark that you have slutty hair. Like, let it go.
Right. Let it go. But Angie kept on praising. And the other ladies were trying to get her to understand, especially Bronwyn. Bronwyn was like, it is kind of shady that you would do something like that, knowing that you didn't say it. And it was something that Angie had said first. And Heather was like, yeah, but she doesn't own it. I knew about high body count hair a long time ago. And it was like, Heather, this is where you need to shut your ass up. Because you didn't know nothing about no damn high body count hair until Angie said it. Cut it out. Because didn't nobody know about that shit. It was a very small world of people who probably knew about it. So we then there was a little segment where Meredith and Brown were laughing, talking about they're going to start a business together, kind of, pointing fun at this. And they were talking about, we're going to create a flask with a straw and call it Ting Ting Ting. And, and sport it out. And I said, y'all are petty as fuck. You and Meredith both. Because one, I get the joke and I get what she's trying to do. It was funny, but they are very petty. And, poor little Brittany, she's on the island by herself again with some shit that don't even make no sense. And that was the episode. That was it. There is nothing else. That's all. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, y'all are disappointing me. I know, Naya. I'm sorry, my love. That's okay. That's that. We're later.
I felt that. Fuck.
Right. Yes, Keshery. Yeah. Shout out to the replay gang. Y'all make sure when y'all replay and y'all watch it, like the video on your way out, please, and leave a comment that I know you watched it. But y'all, this episode was so boring and was such a filler. I need them to spice this up.
I need them to do some pass only because it's the week before Christmas, and I have to recap Love and Hip Hop Miami after this, and that shit was boring too. So I'm gonna say maybe because it's the week before Christmas, they were like, let's just slip in a little non-exciting episode. Maybe that was it. Because nothing on TV's really been that interesting.
Right. It's been a
It's,
slow week, y'all. It's a slow week because I can't even read people the way I want to read it because everybody got on my nerves at one point or another. Naya said this episode was dry, but I love the attempt of shade. It was cute. Like it was petty. It was cute. I live for petty and cute at times. So I'm here for it, but I'm not mad at Brittany. I'm really not. Sorry she beat you to the punch, Angie. You should have been quicker.
Brittany, it shows she's not as dumb as everybody thinks.
Right.
One, which I've been thought and said. But it also shows, and I like to see people who come on television and understand that this is not something that will last forever. So start trademarking and getting brand deals, business deals, doing everything that you can to get some type of lasting income. She's doing what she's supposed to.
Meredith was gray rocking, and I live for her dry old ass. Child, Meredith, something else. I'm telling you, Meredith, she's another Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. She is definitely the white Dr. Contessa.
I wish somebody would have pushed her down that hill in that mini skirt, because she gives me someone that will fall and tumble.
Brit is calculated. She ain't done just a help. Oh, Lord.
363 lips. Can agree.
I mean, yeah, the fact that listen, anytime you got your lip count and on your Excel spreadsheet, yeah, that is whole attire, that is whole ology, that is whole antics, that is what else? No, you ain't wrong. I mean, she giving that because there's no way. Yeah, I don't even think I've kissed 10 men in my life. I think I still am on one hand. Let me see. No, I'm lying. Okay. Okay. So I'm on my second hand, y'all, but I have not kissed that many men. Yeah. Plus I ain't been gay long enough either. So there's that. So yeah, but.
Well, I've always dated men, and prior to the husband, had a lot of them, and I didn't kiss them all. Because you can't just be putting your mouth on every damn body you like.
No, and especially I'm more apprehensive with men than I was with women. See, with women, I definitely fingers and toes is gone. So I think, yeah.
Even with women, you got to be careful.
Yeah, you do, because there was
some. You could be kissing a Brittany, and now you've kissed another bitch who got 363 other lips that have touched hers, and now that's touched you. All that counter transparent. Nope. Be faithful, y'all. It's safer that way.
It is safer that way. Don't let nobody lie and tell y'all different. Even y'all men who want to cheat. If you want to cheat, there's something within you that you're not satisfied with. It maybe you need to look at other directions. Oh, she's giving something, that's for sure. But just kisses. She threw her kids away for kisses and hugs. All them cousins, girl.
Naya came in here.
Naya came. Okay, Naya.
But I'm an active fool.
Yeah, Naya says she ain't watching her mouth today. She going through. She going, read all them heifers for filth. But y'all, yeah, like I said, this was a very boring episode. Didn't nothing really happen. Them arguments that wasn't even worth talking about. Now I hope this is the end of this Meredith shit. I'm praying. I don't want it to go to Brittany now, because I'm done with Brittany and this shit too. Y'all need to come up off your asses and give us a show and stop playing. That's all I'm gonna say. Kissing Brit from this show, and then Brit from who? From Basketball Wives. Oh, you talking about? Oh. Okay, yeah. I got you. I had to think about who that was for a second. Because you know who I thought you were talking about, Shani? I thought you were talking about the other Brit from RHOA. That's why I was like, she wasn't registered, and that's because we don't call her that. That's why. But that's it, y'all. We're going to go over to Mrs. Best's channel now and act a fool where we can. So, because Love and Hip Hop was a smidge more entertaining than this. So we can go over there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Thank you so much for being here on my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Y'all have a good night and please be safe. And if I do not see you before the holidays, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.